Hi guys, today we'll be discussing whether or not Deku deserved his quirk or not. As you may remember, he got his quirk from the beginning of the series. I've seen recently a debate online whether or not he deserved it, and to be honest, it's quite surprising to see how many people who think he didn't earn it, but it's more of a matter of fact of his opinion nonetheless. Let's very quickly remember how he got his quirk. Deku was born a powerless, quirkless lad in Japan who wanted to become a hero, but without power is not only impossible in some cases, but laughable in a world with loads of quirks. After being told by All Might that he will never achieve his dream of becoming a hero due to not having a power, Deku suddenly thinks about giving up. However, Deku ran into an emergency crime while All Might didn't at first, but eventually was inspired by Deku's bravery and against the slime monster rushes in to save the day. While Deku goes back home, afterwards Deku goes home and gets chased down by All Might, and All Might wants to offer him his power. So there's a quick reminder. I would like to say at the beginning of the show, when I was watching it for the first time, I thought it would be one of them things where he become the number one hero of all time by himself. So he just didn't gain a quirk. At the end of the day, he just became a hero by himself. And this, of course, before watching the first two episodes of the anime or even the first chapter of the manga. So at the time, this was a bit disappointing, but eventually it got better as the series went on. I want to discuss the reasons why I think he does deserve it. Just think about it. Deku's only goal in life was to become a hero, even when they told him he couldn't, and even though when he was bullied, because he believes they still can and he still wanted to. Again, I'm not saying this because that he deserves this because of a tragic backstory, but I'm saying this because of his it builds a mentality, very good mentality that Deku builds and has when he's older. He keeps loads of notes on how to take down enemies, their weaknesses, defense, how their heroes do things, and how they fight in preparation for when he does become a hero, which not even people who have quirks were even doing Myad. So he's in that aspect, while not having one, is probably arguably a step forward compared to everyone else. So even though he doesn't have a quirk, he's still a step forward above everyone else who has one. And in reality, he should not be taking those because pretty much a waste of time at the time when he was doing it, because he wasn't supposed to be a hero because he doesn't have a quirk, but still bites his tongue and continues on and dreams on. Before actually receiving the quirk, and when he found out that he had to train to obtain the quirk, you could say whether or not it was all my testing Deku to see how bad he wanted it, and if he was physically and mentally capable of doing all the trash in the beach exercise. Do you think All Might would have straight up gave Deku the power of All for One if Deku cried about it and kicked All Might's feet, just begging for it? No. Not only does he have to train for it because it might blow up his body, but he has to prove that he can do it and he's capable of putting himself in them physical situations like All Might does. And not did only Deku complete the task, but he succeeded it. Even All Might said so himself. And so remember, it's not like All Might straight up gave it to him. The time he eventually received the quirk was on the day of the exam, so he didn't receive it when he was discussing. All Might was discussing what his power is and what it does. He gave it to him when he finished the beach and when it started the exam. And also, All Might's pretty much it went through the exact same thing as Deku went through as a young boy himself, and sees himself in Deku. And you can say that You say that he was giving it to him himself, but if you consider how strong and powerful he got, and how good he was at fighting, and how much pain he put himself to protect himself and those around him, not only did All Might deserve the quirk, but he is the right guy for the job, and that's what he wants Deku to do. And on receiving the power, Deku has tried to show the same willpower as All Might did when he had All for One, not only living up to his name, but making one for all entirely his own, as we've seen with like shoot style and that sort of thing. Deku has done a great, but some could say dangerous job with the quirk, doing massive damage to his arms. I think the reason why many people may have a problem with Deku having this quirk is due to the quirk being super powerful than your everyday quirk, and despite only having minimal experience with the quirk, is already in the top 3 alongside Bakugo and Todoroki in Class A1, and has taken over quite a lot of characters just by having All for One, and is training hardcore ones. The only ones that train hardcore are the ones competing with him. You could say that due to Deku's willpower, that he already surpassed so many due to him wanting to be number one, being the number 1 spot. So much more. But like I said, as you know, having one for all is overwhelmingly powerful, and all. At the end of the day, it might not be as hard to take over the other classmates as it would be for other people to take over the other classmates. So it's basically a matter of opinion, so let me know in the comments down below what you think. So it's a matter of fact whether he's earned his spot is due to it being overpowered. But I think it's appropriate in my opinion to say that yes, he does deserve all one for all, because all the reasons I've said due to his strive and to do his best and how far he's come to achieving where he's at. I think it could be debated whether someone could have done the better job, or someone could have done done a better job or deserved it more. But I don't think I think at the end of the day, Deku is the right guy for the job. And yeah, so let me know in the comments what you think down below. And remember to share. Remember, this is just my opinion, guys. So keep that in mind. And yeah, also I wanted something to say despite everyone else having powers, he's overtook him. Despite for them having so long, yeah, it may be overpowering, but at the end of the day, he's surpassed so many more barriers than him. Anyway, guys, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. It's been your boy Leafy Murdoch, and check out my other discussion videos as well.